All right, let's talk about something huge today. Trust. For most leaders, it's always been this soft skill. Nice to have, sure, but kind of hard to pin down. But what if I told you that trust is actually one of the most powerful and most measurable assets in your entire business? Okay, let's get into it.
So here's the big question, right? Can you really put a dollar value on trust? I mean, it feels almost impossible, doesn't it? Like trying to measure a feeling. If you ask most execs, they'd probably say, no way. But as you're about to see, the data tells a completely different story.
And this is the core idea of this entire explainer. The value of trust isn't some fuzzy, abstract concept, nope. It is quantifiable, it's measurable, and it shows up directly on your bottom line in the form of cold, hard cash and time. It's not soft, it's a hard asset, period.
To really get the value of trust, we first have to flip the coin and look at the cost when it's missing. And that all starts with something called the trust gap.
Now, check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. A recent PwC report uncovered this huge disconnect. You have executives who are pretty confident that their customers trust them. But when you go and ask the customers themselves, their reported level of trust is significantly lower. This gap is a massive, and I mean massive, blind spot for so many companies.
So here's why that gap is so critical. It's not just a perception problem. That gap represents real, tangible costs. Every single point of difference between what you think and what's real is a sign of hidden friction in your process, and it's lost revenue you probably don't even realize you're missing out on.
Okay, so if that's the problem, how do we fix it? How do we close that gap and actually turn trust into a tangible return? Well, the value really breaks down into 4 key pillars, 4 areas where trust directly pays you back. Let's break them down. First up, the one everyone cares about, revenue. Building trust isn't just about making people feel good. It's about winning more business, closing it faster, and protecting your margins from getting slashed.
And here's exactly how it works. When buyers trust you, they see less risk, right? So boom, your win rates go up. They need fewer people to sign off, so sales cycles get shorter. And they're not hammering you for discounts just in case, so your pricing holds strong. It's a direct line from trust to a healthier top line.
And the best part is, you can actually track this. Look at your win rates. Measure the number of days it takes from that first meeting to get a signature. What's your average discount percentage? These aren't just numbers on a dashboard. They are the vital signs of trust in your revenue engine. Now let's hop over to the other side of the ledger. Beyond just making more money, trust actively saves you money. It's like a friction reducer for your whole business, cutting down on all the inefficiencies that drain your resources.
I mean, just think about it. When buyers trust you, there's less resistance, which lowers your customer acquisition cost. Deals don't get stuck in legal and procurement for months on end. And after the sale, you're dealing with way fewer costly escalations and fix-it projects because the relationship started on solid ground.
This brings us right to pillar number 3, speed. In business today, speed is a serious competitive weapon, and trust is the ultimate accelerator. It just greases the wheels for everything, both with your customers and inside your own company.
And how do you measure speed? Easy. Count the number of approval steps a buyer needs to go through. Track the time from the second you sent a proposal to the moment it's signed. And hey, look at your own internal cycle times too. Trust streamlines all of it.
Finally, pillar number 4, and honestly, this might just be the most important one of all. Trust is the absolute foundation of long-term value. It's what turns a single transaction into a profitable, lifelong relationship. And the impact here is just undeniable. Trusted partners see way less customer churn, which is a massive driver of profitability. They also get more expansion revenue and, this is key, more high-value referrals. Bain's research on loyalty has been proving this for years. This is the blueprint for sustainable growth.
Okay, so we've seen the 4 pillars. Now for the main event. How do you actually put a number on all of this? Let's walk through a super simple, practical formula that any leader can use.
It's really just a 3-step process. First, don't try to boil the ocean. Just pick one product line or customer segment. Second, compare what your high-trust deals look like versus your low-trust deals. And finally, convert those differences into cold, hard cash.
And here's how you spot the difference. A high-trust deal, it closes fast with hardly any discount. A low-trust deal, that's the one that gets bogged down in approvals and needs a heavy discount just to drag it across the finish line. You know exactly which deals I'm talking about.
So here it is, the final calculation. The value of that trust is the extra revenue you gain from not discounting. plus the cost you save from all that reduced friction, plus the value of the time you got back. It's a real, defensible number you can take to your team.
So we have the framework. We have the formula. The final step, and the most important one, is moving from just understanding this concept to actually putting it to work, making trust a core metric in your business.
Ultimately, the big takeaway is this. Trust has graduated. It is no longer just a soft, feel-good virtue. It's a hard currency. It is a strategic asset that you can measure, you can manage, and you can intentionally grow.
And I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Think about the most important deal you're working on at this very moment. What is the friction, the delay, the discount you're facing? Whatever it is, that is the real measurable cost of mistrust. And now you know exactly how to calculate it.